No words. What was that? It is finished in Poland. Legia Warsaw 1, Leicester City 0. Another embarrassing performance by Leicester, and this one really tops it off, doesn't it, boys? 15th place in the Polish League. 15th in the Polish League. We have just lost them at home, and we didn't even play well at all. Absolutely shambolic defending once again. 3 absolute clowns. Seung-Chu just dives in. Amati, non-existent. Vestergaard is like a freaking traction engine. And going forward, no ideas whatsoever. Nothing in the final third. Created a few chances here and there, but nothing convincing at all. A lack of intensity throughout the whole game. 94th minute, and we're still passing the ball round the back. Just going forward, walking forward on the ball, like what the 3 points in the bag were, chasing the game. We're losing 1-0 to 15th place in the Polish League to Legia Warsaw. It is just not acceptable, is it, boys? Of course, this video is going to be mostly aimed at, talking about how bad Leicester were, but I want to say fair play to Legia Warsaw. Thought, they were fantastic on the night. They created a lot of big chances. On another day it could have been 3-0 to them, but, on another day it could have been a draw or even a win to Leicester. But yeah, massive fair play to you guys. Fantastic atmosphere just throughout the whole game. But yeah, to be honest, I think we need to focus more on how bad Leicester were in today's game. Looking at the team which Brendan Rodgers went with, more than capable of winning today's game. We had some solid players in there like Yuri Tillemans, Seung-Chu, supposedly meant to be half decent. Daka up top. We went with a 3-5-2 formation, which, wasn't the worst of ideas, but, the back three, the 3 centre-backs were just out of their depth. They were just awful. Don't get me wrong, so far this season we have been very shaky defensively, but today, although we only conceded 1 goal, we look absolutely awful defensively. We're just sleeping. Yes, it's a European away day, the atmosphere is big, but we were just sleeping all over the park. We just showed no conviction to try and clear the ball. The goal they scored, we'll get into that later, but what is Daniel Amati doing? What is Vestergaard doing? I don't have a clue. So yeah, pretty much the 3 at the back didn't work at all. The 5-man midfield didn't really work either. The 2 wing-backs didn't really attack with any conviction, especially Luke Thomas, who consistently passed the ball back. Dewsbury Hall in there, his first start just at the European level. I thought, he did it right in the first half, looked quite good. Tillemans was very slow on the ball, and overall Perez dropping in there as well. Yeah, it just wasn't great, was it? Samara as well, very off the pace. I guess fair play to Brendan Rodgers for, trying something new in the game, but, once again, it didn't work, and Brendan Rodgers will get a lot of stick after this game, and he does deserve it, to be honest. The guy waits to the 60th minute to make a sub when 1-0 down. He got 5 subs to make, and he does them towards the end of the game. I don't understand why he does it, but yeah, I think, Brendan Rodgers has to take some stick, but the players as well had to take a lot of stick from today's game, because, the 11 who started were absolutely awful. Once again, we showed glimpses of quality when James Maddison came onto the pitch. We looked much better. Lookman coming on as well, Barnes, Vardy, etc. But once more, it wasn't to be. It wasn't our day. It didn't drop. But we can't really make too many excuses like that, because realistically, we should have just won the game, shouldn't we, against 15th place in the goddamn Polish League. And once again, it's another embarrassing performance by Leicester. September comes to a close, and this is probably the worst month Leicester have had in the last 4 years or so. We won 1 game, and that was against Millwall in the Carabao Cup, and we only just won that as well. So yeah, overall, disgraceful month. Let's just hope October is slightly better. But yeah, lads, moving on then to the game itself, going through what happened in the first half, starting things off. We started off pretty awful. They had a good chance earlier on. Seung-Chu sleeping as always. Daniel Morte dives in very, very recklessly. Could have given a penalty away. After that, Leicester did grow into the game. Had a couple of chances here and there, but nothing really too convincing going in front of the goal. We got some good areas. Had lots of possession, but just couldn't get the final pass going through. That's been our main problem so far this season. We've been missing that final ball. James Maddison did provide that towards the end of the game. First half wasn't to be. And then the goal which they scored at Legia Warsaw in the 31st minute through Emreli. I don't know who he is. Fair play to him, good goal. But that sums up. Going into the game, I didn't recognise any of their players whatsoever. So yeah, absolutely embarrassing. The goal itself, Daniel Amati, what are you doing? The guy just stands there and watches him shoot. Vestergaard could have closed down the ball. He just waits there as well. 6'6". The guy doesn't go into any challenges, loses balls in the air, misses a header from 4 yards out. I don't know why we paid 15 million for him, but so far he's been awful. But I guess we'll have to give him some time, and hopefully he can improve. Yeah, the goal they scored was absolutely painful. Bounced off the post. And yeah, shambolic defending, but a decent finish by Legia Warsaw's attacker. And after that, Leicester did show some slight signs of trying to get back into the game. And Jose Perez having a fantastic chance. And yeah, he missed from about 10 yards out. I don't know how. He could have put in any corner. Would have been a goal, but the fraud, drags it wide. I mean, Perez wasn't actually that bad really creating chances, but that finish itself, what are you doing? And then going into the second half, boys and girls, like I said, tactical masterclass of Brendan Rodgers. 1-0 down. Should we make any changes? No chance. No chance at all. Waits until the 60th minute and then makes the changes. In those 15 minutes, absolutely nothing. Yes, we had a few chances. Yannick Vestergaard, I think, in that time period, had that fantastic chance right from a corner. Don't know how he missed it. You know, we were knocking on the door. Obviously, James Maddison came on, made an impact. Vardy came on, Lookman came on, Barnes came on as well. I mean, you know, we were trying to get back into the game, switched to the 4 at the back as well. But, you know, we had some good chances. Maddison went close as well. But it just didn't drop. It didn't go in. You know, it wasn't really our day. The keeper though didn't really have to make too many saves to spot our chances. But yeah, overall second half slightly better, but once more we just fell short. So yeah, lads, once more just very frustrating. You know, I don't know where the goals are going to come from really, because we just look absolutely flat at times creating chances. But yeah, lads, just before I do wrap up today's video, of course, now going to go on to my play ratings from the team which started today's game. So of course, I rate each player out of 10. Started off in goal then with Kasper Schmeichel. Couldn't really do too much about the goal. Made some fantastic saves at times. So for me, I'll give Kasper a 7 out of 10 for his performance into today's game. The back 5 or the back 3 will start off with the centre backs. Daniel Amorti, I'll give him a 2 or 3 out of 10. I thought, you know, very poor. I mean, so far this season he wasn't too bad, but today, not up to standards. Yeah, very poor by Amorti. Seung-Chu, probably the best centre back out of the 3 clowns. I'll probably give him a 4 out of 10. Vestergaard, 2 or 3 out of 10. Yes, he's only came into the side, but you know, he started off so well against Man City, and since then, it's just gone downhill. So for me, 2 or 3 for Yannick Vestergaard. Luke Thomas, I'll give him a 3 or 4. Didn't really offer anything going forward. Defensively looked alright at times, but yeah, poor from Luke Thomas today. I'll give him 3, 4 out of 10. Right hand side, with just with the Castagna. So experienced, just didn't really offer anything going forward. So for me, I'll give Castagna probably a 5 out of 10. I mean, defensively, he was quite solid there. So yeah, fair play to Tim. Put his effort in, but just didn't really get forward enough, in my opinion. Just going into the midfield then, we'll start off with Boubakary Soumaré. Pretty poor in my opinion. Gave the ball away on several occasions. I'll give him a 4 out of 10. Yuri Tillemans, I'll give him a 4 or 3. Not to his high standards. Very slow on the ball today. Gave it away a number of different times. Yeah, I'll probably give Yuri a 4 out of 10. Dewsbury Hall, I'll give him a 5 out of 10. You know, first 30 minutes, he probably looked our brightest spark. He was linking up quite nicely on the left with Luke Thomas, but you know, after 30 minutes, kind of went off. Then the second half, before he got took off, wasn't really that great at all. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for Keane Dewsbury Hall. And then of course the 2 strikers, Patson Daka. 4 or 5 out of 10. His pressing was fantastic to see. He was the only real guy who was putting the effort in to close down. But you know, he had some good chances, but yeah, just got the ball stuck under his feet too many times and didn't really link up the play too well. Perez, I thought he did link up the play quite nicely, but his finishing in the game was pretty atrocious. Did score, but it was offside or foul. I don't even know. Haven't even watched it back yet. So yeah, we'll give Perez a 4 out of 10. But yeah, boys, that's my player ratings from the game. As always, let your thoughts on them in the comment section down below. So boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys my post-match reaction after Legia Warsaw won, Leicester City 0 in today's game in the Europa League. Leicester sit 4th place in the Europa League, and yeah, September, the awful month of September for Leicester, finally comes to an end. Awful performance tonight once again. Awful result. But yeah, we do move on to Crystal Palace on Sunday, and hopefully we can somehow pull a result out of the bag in that one. But yeah, boys, drop a like if you have enjoyed today's video, subscribe as well to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on today's game in the comment section down below, boys and girls. But yeah, I'm a SPORTSA, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace, guys.